Streambuds Micro M1. I got these out of Tesco for £20 with the club card. The recommended retail price is £25. But the good thing about them is there's no annoyances. All the annoyances. I mean, from any earbuds that I've bought, these are the most expensive ones I've bought. And so all that's left is the sound quality. They sound alright to me, but I only really use them for talk, listening to podcasts and stuff. So I'm not by no way an audiophile, and these are the most expensive ones I've bought. But yeah, they sound, and also I don't have devices that are really good for listening. But yeah, they sound okay to me. By okay, I mean acceptable. And they're a bit more than acceptable. I mean, to me, at the treble end they sound a bit harsh to me. But they can do this cinematic bass oomph and stuff like that. But they're the most expensive earbuds I've bought, so I can't compare them to the £200 ones, etc. But I find their sound quality acceptable, more than acceptable, even a bit enjoyable. Keep in mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. But for me, the important thing is all the annoyances have gone, not to do with sound quality. Because up until this set, I still had annoyances with every cheap set that I bought, such as breaking after first use, or the person who says your time's nearly up, nearly deafening me, or breaking within 3 months, at least one of them, or the sound maybe going wonky in one earbud, or connectivity annoyances, or saying it has standby when it doesn't seem to really have standby. So all the annoyances have gone, and all the basics that I want are there as well. Like the amount of use of time, you know, it used to be around about 3 hours recently, and these ones are 5 hours, which for me is enough for, say, a session. And then standby, they usually say they'll last days, but an old set I had didn't seem to, the standby didn't seem to kick in, and once it got to 3 hours, the power was off. Then things like this with the magnetic charge, I really want that. Other things I want, it's a nice, this must be the way the designs are going with these boxes now. And that shape, which I prefer. I bought a set a while ago by Mixx, the LX, and while they were okay, they had annoyances, especially it wasn't a long enough time for me, like they lasted say 3 or 4 hours, say 3 hours. These ones say 5 hours. So, and also this was the ones that I didn't seem to have any standby. If I fell asleep when I'd been using them, they would switch off eventually, they would power off and they'd be all out of charge. So it didn't seem to have any standby. Maybe I was unlucky. I've bought umpteen earbuds in the past, well, say about 10. They've all been disasters for one reason or another. Maybe not to do with sound, but to do with other things. Sorry about all the earwax there. Never buy these. You'll see these as the cheapest on eBay, but they don't even fit your ear. Never mind the quality of them, which is terrible. The sound quality is like a landline phone. Everything about them's bad. It says 5 hours you get, and I do get that, so it's living up to that. Maybe even a bit extra. But yeah, you get 5 hours, I would say. And then it says you've got 20 hours in the charge bank. So that's like another 4 charges for one, is it? Yeah, probably. So that would mean you'd probably get 2 if you were charging both earbuds at the same time. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, the wireless range, yeah, it's fine, 10 metres. I would say if you're through walls or any obstacles, that might dip quite a lot. But who listens to stuff 10 metres away, you know? So earbud capacity 40 milliamp hours. I don't know what that means, but I think that's probably important for how long it lasts. So dynamic driver 8mm. I've been told that the driver size doesn't really tell you about the quality. I don't know if that's true or not, but we don't really get anything that tells us about the sound quality, I suppose. in any earbuds or whatever. Asda have their own earbuds at around about £18. It would be interesting to try them to compare, but when you're buying at this sort of range, I guess you're not, sound quality is not the important thing, but you do want a decent sound quality, you know, say 6 out of 10. And I think you are getting them with this, but I do wonder what the Asda ones will be like. Some things I wrote, yeah, time, 5 hours of use. Maybe that depends on your volume and if it's really bassy music or whatever, I don't know, but for talk anyway, yeah, I'm easily getting 5 hours. Says the bank, 20 hours. And also, it's a Type C connection, which is a new type. So that's very welcome, even though it's not a major thing, but it's very welcome. Sound, yeah, decent. Yeah, they're touch sensitive, so that means, you know, you go like that. I never really need to use them because they work in and out the box. So, I'll just show you. Yeah, it's looking to pair with something. Yeah, it's paired. And then to switch it off, I think you hold it down for 2 seconds. It may be 6 seconds. One of them's 6 seconds and the other one's 2 seconds. I can't remember which. I think it might be on is 6 seconds. Yeah, looks like it. But you never need to do that really. It stays connected to whatever you last connected it to. So they're really ironing out all the annoyances from the Bluetooth earbud teenage years. You know, the early years. They're really, the whole industry's ironing out all their annoyances. You can do things like increase the volume and decrease the volume just by tapping, and they stay connected, they don't drop. They've got a 15-minute quick charge, which says it charges up to 2 hours. And I don't know about 2 hours, but yeah, it's very welcome that, so you can charge up quickly. To me it feels like they charge up quickly anyway. I don't know how long they're meant to take, say 3 hours, but I don't, no, they wouldn't take 3 hours, it would take probably an hour or something, and it's never, something I never notice, which means another annoyance is gone. You're never far from charging up your earbuds. And here's the other things. It says 4 grams each. Probably I would buy these ones now if I was buying again, because they've got QI charging, which is the future and a lot easier. And it's not an annoyance to have to use a cable, but this is really something I really want. So I would buy them. And I think I've seen them on eBay around about £25. I don't know who's selling them though. And also they're 7 hours. So, I mean, that's you getting to the stage where there's probably going to be very few situations where you're still listening to something 7 hours and they suddenly drop of charge. They're called the Mixx Dots. They also do the Apple type design, but I would never consider the Apple type design. I think Apple just done it to distinguish themselves for the look, so that people would buy them, but I wouldn't even consider, because they're not as easy. These just fit in your ear. People might not even notice you're wearing these. So to me, I wouldn't even consider Apple type. Yeah, like I say, I think the industry's in the teenage years, you know, and they've had lots of annoyances and lots of things you wish they had as the basics. And they're getting to that stage now. So that's good. This is the first set I've had that I've got to that stage. About Mixx, they've got a good website, gives you useful information and that, so it's definitely worth visiting. It has their whole range, and it even gives you, well, it must be current RRP prices. So this is a Micro M1. I noticed there was an M2, I think there was even an M3. I don't know how they're naming them, whether this will always be their entry level or whether they've got some other way they're identifying them. I'm presuming LX were the entry level ones, but with these, they weren't touch sensitive. You know, it's a little button you press, so that wasn't so good. I didn't like that. And also, these are the ones that I said didn't seem to have any standby, even though it says they do. For me anyway, they were conking it after 3 hours, and they're only guaranteed, say, to a 3 hour listen, whereas these ones are 5 hours. So I would definitely recommend these ones as your entry level. But the Mixx Dots ones I saw had QI, and that's something I would really like. I would like to do away with the cable, you know, because earbuds use so little charge. It'd be, even if the QI is pretty slow, it's not going to make that much of a difference, I don't think, in charge speed. It's got all the basics you want for phoning, you know, hands free, and it's got a mic. I don't know if they've both got mics in them, is that what they, I don't know. But yeah, there's no problem with phone, it's good enough sound quality. Yeah, they work with the Google Answer thing and the other ones, the Apple Siri or whatever you call them. I thought the box was nice because it gave me a lot of information that in the past I've not had. So, you know, a lot of times you're buying stuff you don't really know. It's not got all the info you want, but this one did, and I could even see them here. Yeah, and you get 3 different sizes, and you get a USB-C cable, Type-C. Yeah, these are alright. The only thing it comes down to is sound quality. I don't know, to me it sounds a bit, the treble is a bit harsh, but it can do the cinematic bass info, that sort of stuff, and so for the price, I'm not complaining at all. The competition's probably the Asda one at £18. And then all the annoyances are finally gone, because the industry's in its teenage years, and up to now there's always been annoyances like the break after one go, or after 3 months, or you know, the connectivity starts to get a bit dodgy. All those sort of things seem to have been fixed. I'm talking about the whole industry, I'm not just talking about Mixx. There's another previous one I bought. I think one of them broke after a while, something like that. I don't know, for some reason, maybe I just bought Mixx, then I went to this, now I'm on to that, but yeah, I'm happy with these. It's only all down to sound quality now. It would be good to have QI, which you can get with the Mixx Dots, so that would do away with the cable. So that's my Bluetooth journey anyway. I mean, if Aldi had their own brand, I would probably buy them, as long as they didn't look like Apple ones, if they were about, say, £40, because I think their sound quality would be, well, guaranteed. Aldi or Lidl, I don't know of that for sure, but the other competition, I suppose, is the Asda brand at £18. It seemed to be the cheapest. With of course you can try eBay, but you never know what you're getting there. You'll never have heard of the brands or whatever. But with these, if you do pick them, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I would suggest looking at the Mixx Dots for the QI charging, but apart from that, yeah, they seem okay at the price. One tiny annoyance is it's quite hard to get them out, or I've not. And also I tend to not get them right when I put them back in, because I don't figure it out. But that's probably down to me more than anything. But apart from that, I like this new type rather than the old type like that, because it sort of fits in your pocket easier. Yeah, and these lights, they're only white lights in mine. It's a tiny annoyance that I would prefer if they gave you colours like green, it's ready and that, but it doesn't really matter. Mixx, according to their website, is a small, oh, not a small, it's a UK company that was founded in 2007, and it seems to be all the wireless stuff it's into. So with its earbuds, it's got a good website. You can see they've quite a big range. It looks as if they're going for the lower end of the market. I mean, you've probably seen Mixx in the supermarkets on sale. I suppose the other one I've seen quite often is Groove E, which is this one. But yeah, that sort of price, yeah, they seem fine to me. And at least you know it's a British, so you know you can contact support easily and all that. I think they call these ones capsule fit. So it's got a capsule fit range, and it's got an Apple copy range, you know, that look like the Apple ones. So I would just be looking at capsule fit. And they're Bluetooth 5.1, but I wouldn't expect anything else nowadays, at least for a minimum. Don't steal them, guys. Type C. This might be the one that it came with. I can't remember, but it might be. Looks like it. So these are fine. All the annoyances are gone. But I would probably pick Mixx Dots now if I was choosing again. Then the only thing left to ponder is sound quality, really. So the sound quality is, I only use it for talk, so I can't really tell, but when I have listened to music on my devices which aren't that good, it sounded alright to me. Maybe a bit harsh on the treble, as I said, but it can do all this spatial stuff, I think. But yeah, I don't think it'll compare to, you know, more expensive ones. Whether you can get better sound quality at that price, I don't know. You might, but I had one that I remember had good sound quality on eBay, but it broke after about 2 goes or something. And it sounded really mind blowing, really. But whether these are like that, I don't know. But they are decent enough, you know, 6 out of 10 or whatever. Probably a bit higher. I don't think you'll be disappointed at that price. I mean, it's only about 2 years since Apple done away with their earphone connection on their phones. So that's really when the industry took off for the earbuds. I was using them before that, but it feels like only in the last 2 years it's reached the teenage years now, where they're starting to get rid of all the annoyances. Guys, I find more info. Yeah, these are my most expensive earbuds. Annoyances, the bleep lights, I don't know. I don't want lights bleeping when I'm listening, you know. I don't think they come on, but, you know, while you're listening, but I've not actually looked to check. And the 2-minute warning's just a bit, it's just a small annoyance. You only get 2 minutes when it's running out, thingy, which sounds a lot, but it's not when you're looking for your box and that. Standby, yes, because I mean the other ones say that they last 127 days. It doesn't say on this one how long the standby is, but when I fall asleep and wake up with them, they're still on. And that didn't happen with the LX, even though it was meant to. I think my LX didn't have standby, even though they say they do. So this one does seem to have standby. I don't know how long, but I've never had a problem. They've always been on when I tried them again. Apple design, yeah, I avoid the Apple design, you know that. I think it's just to make people know that you've got Apple. Yeah, apart from that, I don't think there's any advantage or anything, so I just avoid that design. I go for capsule fit. LX, yeah, the LX were alright, as I said, but I moved on. I did have a few connectivity issues at the end, like they were sometimes cutting it, coming back on and that, but I don't think I'm going to have any of those problems with the M1 type. Yeah, I've only had these for 3 months, so yeah, I can't really tell long term, but there's my essential list, which this does for all these things. A bonus would be a QI charger, which the Dots one does from Mixx, but not this one. But yeah, it does all the things I want. See, gives me about 5 hours. Standby, yeah, standby's working fine. Touch sensors, yep, each earbud has touch sensors. Connect, yeah, it doesn't, the connectivity's fine, doesn't drop or anything. 3 chargers in the box, yeah, about that. Maybe even 2 chargers would do, but that's fine. Auto connect, yeah, it connects to the last thing that I connected to, fine. Yeah, connects to each other, fine. I only need to use one pair in any device, and both of them will connect to that, I do believe. So, and yeah, so it really is